Hi guys, it's Sherry. I hope that you are having a wonderful day. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, everyone. Let's have some fun. Y'all stay tuned. So I am kicking off Ho 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 Week, and it's going to be all things Christmas this week. And we are going to start with today's project. This is so stinking cute, guys, and it is so easy to make. But it is absolutely fabulously fantastic. It is just something that you don't see every day, but you'll see it on this channel. So I am going to show you guys how to make this fun, festive ho 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 bag. It's going to be so simple, it'll blow your minds. So I'm going to show you first what we're going to need in the way of materials. So you will need 2 pieces of 12 by 12 cardstock, and this is cardstock. Then we are going to need 2 strips of the same color cardstock if you want your bag to look like mine. 2 strips of 2 by 12 cardstock, and this will be used for the handles. Then I have these key rings, and I have 8 of them, and those will be used to construct my handles. So I will put a link in the description box to where I get my keychains. So we'll need 8 of these. Then you will need some stickers if you want to put stickers on yours to make yours have a look similar to mine. I got these stickers from Tuesday Morning, but of course you guys know you can get stickers from any craft store. You can even find alphabet stickers at the Dollar Tree. And then the last thing that we're going to need, we are going to need 20 inches of this fur. And I have it on a whole roll. And I've had this for a year or 2, but what I will do is see if I can find my link and link it in the description box. But we'll need 20 inches of this. So let's get started. So the first thing that we're going to do is we are going to score our paper. And we're going to score this at 1 1/2. Turn it, and on the remaining 3 sides, we're going to score at 3. So again, we scored at 1 1/2, and then we scored at 3 on the remaining 3 sides. And then we'll take our handle, and we are going to put it in on the 2-inch side, and we'll score at 1/2 inch. And then let's flip it, and we're going to score it at 5/8 of an inch. And now we are going to fold and burnish all of our scores. Okay, so once we have everything folded and burnished, we are going to go ahead and make a series of cuts. So on our first piece, here at the top, we've got that 1 1/2 inch strip. We're going to remove these 2 corner pieces. So I'll just come in a little bit. We're just going to remove. Okay, so we've got that like that. And now what we want to do here at the bottom is we also want to come in, and we are going to cut this coming out on the side. So we are going to come to the side and cut our tabs. Just like that. So you'll have your 2 corner pieces missing, but then your tab is cut at the side here. So we'll turn it to the other side and do the same thing. All right, so we'll set this one to the side because we've got one of them completed. And now we want to take the other one, and what we're going to do here is at the top where we have got the 1.5 inch strips, we are going to simply cut a tab coming this way. So now we have this, and then we're going to come to the bottom and we will remove these 2 corner pieces all together. So I am simply going to cut them out. Just like that, and they're done. So now what we can do is we can go ahead and take our glue, because we are going to glue this larger flap down. So I'm going to go ahead and just crease that very well. I'm going to come back with my glue. You can use tape, you can use glue, but I would not use one of those snail runners. All right, so once we've got that one done, we'll bring the other one in, and we're going to do the same thing with this one. Go ahead and put that down. So now that we've got both of these done, we're going to go ahead and place our letters. And the way that we know which side to place our letters on, very easy. The side where we've cut out the bottom pieces, that is the front of our bag. So I am just going to bring in some stickers, and when you do this, make sure that your sticker pack has 3 H's and 3 O's, otherwise you're going to run into a little problem. And I'm going to place this right here, and then all I'm going to do is take my sticker, and I know that I'm going to place my fur up here, so I'm just going to bring this down some, and I'm going to place it temporarily. I'm just going to lay it there so I can figure out exactly how I want it before I actually press it down. And because some of these stickers you get might be old, you definitely might have to back them with some glue. And I can tell that I'm going to have to do that. And you can see how they're coming off of the pack, that these are definitely not fresh stickers. So I am going to have to take some of my glue and get them stuck down. So I'm going to make sure that when I put these down, I'm going to leave myself enough space in between that you can definitely tell what the word is that I'm spelling. And so I'm going to come back with my glue, lift it up, and I'm going to go ahead and remove this sticker piece because it's not sticking anyway. I'm just going to place some glue. And I'll have to do this on each one, so I'm not going to have you guys watch me do this part on each one of these because it'll be kind of boring. And then I'm going to place it down. I'll do this O with you guys. See how that did? That is a very old sticker. And that's why I definitely need to reinforce this with some glue. Otherwise, my project is going to be ruined. So I'm going to get that stuck down. Come back and clean up some of that excess glue, even though it's going to dry clear. Look at that and make sure it's straight. Then I'm going to go ahead and put the other 2 ho-hos down, and I'll be back. Okay guys, so my letters are down. I'm pleased with the placement. Now we're going to go ahead and kind of sort of put this box together. So here's what we're going to do. We are not going to join it at the bottom the way that we normally do. We are going to place this down so that we can flat fold it. And I'm going to show you exactly how we're going to do this. So I'm going to flip my 2 pieces over. The piece that is the front piece that has the writing on it will be on the bottom, and then my other flap will be on the top. So the way that I'm going to do this, I am going to take my glue and get this glued. And then I'll bring this piece in, lay it on top, And I'm going to match it up top to top. And I'm going to make sure that I've got it so that when it comes down, my seam is nice and tight. I'll come back with my paper towel first. Then I'll come back with my bone folder. Let's get this nice and smooth. And now I can come back with my glue, and I am going to take this flap, glue it, and fold it over, just like that. And then we'll take this piece, which is our part of our front flap, and we're simply going to join it to this piece. So basically all I'm going to do is lay the piece that does not have the flap on it down, and I'll place my glue on the flap piece. And then I'm just going to fold this over, and we're going to get it stuck down. I'll open it up so that I can come in on the inside, get that nice and smooth. And now I have to take this flap here, place my glue on it, and get it folded in. Now, wasn't that easy? So simple. And that means that you can make up a whole bunch of these and just have them ready to go when you need them. There, and we've got a wonderfully flat folded bag that we can make up bunches, put them away, and we're good to go. So while my bag is still flat, I'm going to go ahead and place my white fur. So I'm going to bring in my glue gun, run a bead of glue at the top, and I am going to bring this towards me so I can make sure that I'm getting this placed exactly where I want it. And I'll smooth that down. And then I will do the same thing over here. So I'm going to turn this on the side, place my glue, pull this around, and get this beautiful trim stuck down. And this just adds so much festivity to your bag. And I'm going to place it on there because that's going to make it easier as I go around to the back. And you can see, even with my trim on here, we can still flat fold these bags. This is just a great way of being able to make your own packaging and storing it. Or how about packaging up a whole bunch of these for your next craft fair and using them as part of the bags that you give away if a certain purchase is reached. Fun, fun, fun. So now I'm going to place my glue on here. We're going to get this stuck down. And look at that. Just like that, we have got a fun, fun bag that once we're ready to use it, we just open it up and we fluff out our fur and we're good to go. Because we're going to go ahead and put the handles on here, so that'll be easy. And then we will close this up on the bottom so you can see exactly how you would construct it if you made these up to flat fold. So let's go ahead and bring in our handles and get those made. So I'm going to bring that handle back in. I have done one. So all I'm going to do is take my glue and I'll fold this over. Come back with my bone folder. We're going to get that smoothed out. Then I'll do the same thing on the other side. And then I'm going to take this and just run it along my desk to help get that curve that I need. All right, so next we want to come back and just angle our ends just a little bit. And how deep you do your angle is completely up to you. And then I'm going to bring my chains back in. And you can make your links as long or as short as you want. And by the links, this is what I mean. When you open this up, you've got these wonderful chain pieces. And you can extend the length of your handle chain if you want. On these bags, I'm going with a smaller chain because I think it just looks better for this size bag. So all I'm going to do at this point is just feed this through, and I'm going to bring it up just like that, and then I'll add hot glue to this piece, and then I'm going to hold it until it dries. And you can use wet glue. I'm using hot glue on this because I want that thickness that it'll give me. So when I feed my thumbtack through, it's really got something to grab onto. So I did forget to mention that I am placing 4 thumbtacks on here because it gives me a nice decorative finish to my handle. Okay. And then let's do the other side. So I'm going to bring in the handle I've already made, making sure that everything is going to be nice and even. So once it is, I'll fold it over. And I'm going to add glue to this. And then I'll bring my thumbtack in, and I am going to place my thumbtack by pushing it through. And guys, when I started using keychains and thumbtacks many, many years ago, long before I was ever on YouTube, people thought I was crazy. And now that I have started using them on YouTube, everyone's doing it, and that just warms my heart because I know it was a good thing to do. So I'm taking the thumbtack and I'm bending it inward. And then I'm going to take my little needle nose and push the thumbtack down into that glue. That's why I like to use the hot glue, because it gives me that thickness that the thumbtack can really, really hang on to. So I'm going to bring my bag back in, and now I need to go ahead and punch some holes. And I am going to basically just bring in my crocodile, and I'm going to eyeball where I want my holes. And it really is up to you where you want your holes. But if you're going to use key rings, you don't want to place your holes. I placed mine, you can see where I placed that first one right there. You don't want to place your holes too far down because it'll be hard to feed your key ring through. So I'm going to go in and place my other one. And again, I'm eyeballing everything that I'm doing at this point. And I'm hoping that I'm close. Yep, and I think that's pretty good. And I'm going to flip it over and do the other side. So once I have my holes punched, I am going to take my key rings, and basically I'm just going to feed them through, and I'm going to try to do this in a way that you guys can see what I'm doing. So I'm going to find my hole right there, and I'll take my key ring just like that and just drive it through the hole just like that. And then I'll just feed it through. And I'll do this again. So I'm going to take my key ring. I am going to find my hole, which is right there. And I'll take this, then I'll feed it through and get it in just like that. And there, so I've got my keychains on. And now all I need to do is take my handle, and I'm leaving on the little jump ring there. And I'll use that to connect this part to the actual handle. So I'll take my little jump ring, feed my handle through. Bring it over and do the same thing on this side. Just like that. And then I'll do the other side and be right back. Alright guys, so you can see that we now have our purse completely constructed, and we just need to put it together. So one thing that I do want to point out, when you're using the flat folded method, that means that you now have to take this piece and make it go through the bottom of this piece. So in order to do that, you're going to need to come back on your end and just trim off at a deep angle on both ends. And what that allows you to do is to take it and fold it right up into the bottom. So that's exactly how we'll put these together when we're ready to use them. If you flat fold these, you're going to have it and it'll look like this. All you need to do is take this piece and this piece, fold it up into the inside of this piece, just like that, and then we'll fold this down. So that's exactly what I'm about to do right now. I'm going to go ahead and finish off this box by placing my glue on this flap. I'm going to press it here, stand it up, and then I'm going to come back on the inside, and I'm just going to bring something that's kind of flat that'll come in on the inside and help my glue to stick. And then one other thing that you can do is you can place a piece of chipboard in the bottom if you want extra stability. If you feel like you're going to need some extra stability on this, place that chipboard. So what I'm going to do now is I've got those two flaps on the inside. I'm going to place just a little bit of glue on them. And all I'm doing is placing some glue, and it's hard for you guys to see it. Maybe you can see that glue right there on that flap. And I'm going to roll this over. Come in with my paper towel. And I'm going to get that flap nice and stuck. And I'll do the same thing on the other side. So I'm going to place my flap in just like that. I'm going to come back, squirt some glue in there. And maybe you can see that glue. Let's see. Yep, you can probably see that now. Then I'm going to roll it over. Come in with my paper towel. Get that glue stuck down. And just like that, we have got a gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous bag. So in making this beautiful little bag here, I use the same technique that you'll see me use when I'm making a paper purse. But this time I didn't add chipboard to the construction of this. But the handles, I didn't add feet. But we have the same chain handles that you guys have seen me use on the paper purses since I introduced them back in November 2018. And they really do work, and they really do add charm and class to any bag that you might be making. So I am going to bring in the other one so you guys can get a good look at this Christmas cuteness. I think it's absolutely fabulous. What do you guys think? Leave me a comment below. Let me know if you're planning on making some of these bags, because I personally think that you should, because they are true standouts. You don't have to make them in red. You can make them in any color. So I hope that you guys have liked this project. If you have, please hit the like button. If you are not a subscriber to my channel, I would love to have you join my online crafting family. You guys have a great day. Happy crafting, and we'll chat later. Bye.